What's up, everybody? I'm joined tonight by the one and only Jaco, the architect. She will be right back. I'm sharing it out, y'all. So why we taking this little bit of time? Feel free to do the same. Tell a friend.
All right.
All right, we are live. I'm sharing it out to my story right now. I'm about to tag you and share it. What song would you like me to kick it off tonight?
I don't know. I don't care.
All right. For those of you that don't know, this is Jaco the architect. Some of y'all should know exactly who she is, man. This is one of the dopest and realest artists I know. Solid. We've been locked in almost a year now. Actually, it's been over, because I don't remember if I got linked in with you from the breakdown or just so happened to come across your page. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we've been solid ever since. And you were one of the ones like every week. And then I started this. You're like, hey, I see you got your podcast. Check this out. And then you linked in. I had Ichabod Crane on here, and y'all made a song, and that was wicked. That was wicked. Hey.
Oh.
Let me see. Tagging some people. Sharing it out the groups. Let's see. Which one was your new? While I'm doing this, so I can hear it. Busy and gotta be.
Busy,
busy and gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, Busy's got all the vocals on it. Gotta Go Somehow is just a really smooth track, and we're about to re-release that. So I had a guy actually contact me, and he owns Blue Voodoo Productions, and so I'm gonna do some work with him. But we're gonna re-release that song. Okay. We're gonna remix it, rebuild it, re-release it. But it's a really smooth little song.
And you said that one was Busy?
No, that's Gotta Go.
Gotta Go Somewhere?
Yeah.
All right.
Busy's the one with all the vocals in it. That thing's got wild vocals, man.
All right. Now I gotta hear this shit. All right. This is Busy, and these two, are they released or are you still?
Yeah, no, they're released.
And on Jaco the Architect on all platforms, correct? Spelled just like this?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. All right. This is Busy, y'all.
Guess I was just blind or stupid. I just didn't see how we were losing. I always thought the good outweighed the bad, and I kept on giving it all I had while you said it wasn't worth it. I know that nobody's perfect, but how was I supposed to change a thing when you only saw what was wrong with me? I was trying so hard while you were walking away. My love was unconditional. You You were perfect in every way. I gave you all that I had to give, but it wasn't enough to make you want to stay. I was willing to give it all up. I was fighting to change it all. I was trying to give you everything while you were busy finding all the flaws. Every day I had to feel like I couldn't do a damn thing right. I needed for you to see me, but you were just too busy making sure we didn't move forward. Why couldn't we just let go of the hurt? Cause where we at was worth saving, but you didn't want the amazing. My love was unconditional. You were perfect in every way. I gave you all that I had to give, but it wasn't enough to make you want to stay. I was willing to give it all up. I was fighting to save it all. I was trying to give you everything while you were busy finding all the flaws. All you ever saw was all my flaws. You saw me try, but I just didn't see it. Guess I was blind and stupid. You were gonna hurt me and I knew it. Everything I messed up, I was fighting for you while you were busy leaving. We were always over, but I just didn't see it.
All right, yeah,
Vocals go crazy.
that's an understatement. I'd like to hear you and my buddy Mike Sons do something, y'all, because
There are some tracks, man, that like I would need a male vocalist for, and you know what I'm saying? Like I usually just end up filling them out myself or whatever. But
that you, man.
listen, I'm not playing. I'm not. You know what
Like
I'm
that
saying?
song
Like,
you and Cornbread did was enough, and I'm like, down. I already know, and you just keep building up to like what we just talked about offline. I am so proud of you, by the way.
no, man,
Like
I
I remember
appreciate
when I
it.
first talked with you, and you was like, "I'm trying to build the studio. I don't really know fully what I'm doing. I know certain parts, but not fully." And you dedicated yourself to figure it the fuck out. Like, and you don't beg nobody for shit.
No, man, no. I mean, I did just put up a little, if anybody wants to help me for the holidays post, but you know what I'm saying? Like my truck's got to go in the shop and just whatever. But I said in the post, man, if you want to help me for free, just play my fucking music with the volume down. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go on repeat with the volume down. Like
Get you some
and I do
streams,
that.
shit, yeah.
Yeah. And I do that with my guys, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a little playlist, man, and I just let them roll. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's been a lot to learn and a lot to invest in, but you know what I'm saying? But like listen, I have some things coming down the line that they're on a level like I honestly am making music right now that you know what I'm saying is some of the best music that I've ever even heard. Not just the best music that I've made. And so like I feel like I'm in a really good place right now moving forward.
I get that's amazing for you to say that for real, because if y'all know a little bit about her story, like what I just said is not me just hyping her up. That's literally like what y'all see. She had to build that herself, literally.
And listen, and then when I started out though, like I had a lot of material that just wasn't it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay. I've built from there and I've learned from there and I've invested more in myself and more in my craft and more in the writing and more in, you know what I'm saying? Like the stories and all those different things. Now I have taken like quite a bit of content down for whatever various reasons, right? Licensing, the other people on the songs, whatever. I have gone through my catalog and I've culled a lot of stuff out of it. But I will say this, my earlier music, man, a lot of it wasn't it. The mix was shit. You know what I'm saying? The lyricism wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, but I was learning and I was building and I was growing. You know what I mean?
That's growth that you're admitting that, because a lot of people want to admit that. They're like, oh, well, it's still dope.
I got some songs
I'm sorry,
right
but if
now,
you're not picking,
listen,
yeah,
I got some songs right now, man, that are just sitting there because they ain't really shit. Like I have them loaded up in projects in Logic, and I've got some drafts to them or whatever. But man, like they're just, and so like they're just sitting there. You know what I mean? And I might go back to them, and I might not. But I need to push myself to, you know what I'm saying, to keep going up instead of just saying,
that right
oh,
there,
well,
you got to push
I need to
yourself,
put this
like you
out. Oh,
said.
put it out, just put it out, just put it out. And that's fine and well to learn from and to have a nice catalog or whatever. But for me personally, just releasing it isn't the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because like with songs like Change and Wasted and Sober, I really want for my music to be a movement. I have songs like No Good on my own and the War Cries from the Outside. I get calls from grown men crying, telling me that that this song has moved their soul. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about not just one or two, like I get calls or voice notes, man. And these guys are crying. And that's what I do it for. And I can't touch a life and move a life with a mediocre song. And so I choose to push myself forward and push myself past that and take the time to invest in the quality of my craft and take the time to write better and explore more with myself and my music.
And what you're speaking on, I wish more people would actually understand what you're speaking on. They need to look at themselves about that, because it could change a lot. Like it would change your mindset. You're wondering, like, why ain't I going over? Why ain't this working? Why ain't this? You might need to look inside of yourself a little bit to, to wonder what's going on. What do you need to work on? Is somebody trying to give you a push up instead of breaking you down? Because unfortunately, sometimes in this life, you might be really dope. And the people that you want approval from might just tell you your shit just to discourage you. But don't be discouraged, because there are real people out there like you just heard, and then me, and I know Ken, there's Chad. There's a lot of us out here that will hype you to fuck up and like, hey, yo, you still got some room to grow, but you got it. So what can I help you with? Listen
Right.
to us.
Well, and it's all about being able to you know what I'm saying, being able to have that introspection and to have that accountability and that self-awareness, because like I have a song called Struggle with Me, and so that whole song is built around my shortcomings and my flaws and my mental health issues and my self-esteem, and you know what I'm saying, like addictions, and like that whole song is built around that and acknowledging those things and saying that I struggle with me and these are the things that I struggle with. You know what I mean? And it's okay. It's okay and that's part of the purpose that I want in my music, is to show that it's okay, that you're not alone. You're not the only person that struggles with these things. You're not the only person that is, has major problems functioning as a human being. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, human and it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It really
It's
is.
a
And that's
tough.
why I started my podcast, because I remember you said that on a lot. Like I asked you, I'm like, why do you? Because I don't remember what song it was. I just happened to hear it. I'm like, that song touched me. Why did you do that? And you said because you want to do it for the person that feels they have no room to speak. I'm like, huh? That's why I do my podcast, because I got tired of hearing people like, oh, you don't belong. You don't do the fuck. What you mean I don't belong?
Well, and I have songs like I have one called "Can You See Me," and that song is an entire movement. So that song is about Sonny, I appreciate being a part of your light, man. I really do. Thank you for
That's
that.
sunny.
But like, Can You See Me is what it is it is the story of a woman speaking to her abuser. Because Jelly Roll put out the song. I can't remember the name of the song, but the song he recently put out about the girl being abused and whatever. Like that's one side of it to tell. But being that survivor of sexual abuse, I wanted to make a song about what would you say if you had the chance to say it. You know what I mean? And so that song is a very raw, very emotional, very powerful song. But I had a woman send me a video of her crying her eyes out. And she said, thank you, because that gave me a voice that I don't have, a voice that I didn't get to have. You know what I mean? And so like, and that's what I'm in this for. I mean, I like to make fun music and do different things and whatever. But at the end of the day, the songs that I want to make me are those songs. Like, to be that person that stands up and says that this happens and it's okay and you can live through it and you can grow through it, and you know what I mean? And you're not alone. You're not the only one that has those issues, that has been through those struggles, has had those experiences. You know what I mean? I think that music today is losing a lot of its connective tissue.
Everybody's doing what they think is a lifestyle that's not true.
Man, and listen, music, it has the power, brother, because let me tell you something. Not everybody wants to go admire a statue. Not everybody wants to look at a painting. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody reads poetry and all that other things like that. Everybody listens to music. It's the vibration. And being mindful of what I'm putting into that is where my head's at. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the 3 words that rhyme that I can say 14 times over and over in the song, and you know what I'm saying, to get somebody to mindlessly play it over and over. That doesn't concern me. This is the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are a spiritual being having this human experience, and it's an experience. And like, I want to take the time to kind of connect these experiences together, man, because like there's a common thread that ties us all to one another. You know what I mean? And it's not a superficial thing at all. And it's becoming that way more and more in music. More and more I hear, you know, and I'm always going to speak for me personally, but like more and more I hear I'm the best and I'm the greatest. And I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And you might be, but don't you have something else to talk about?
That, or can we talk about how we all can eat together?
Right.
Because it's possible, y'all. I'm sorry to hate to break it to everybody that thinks, no, I need to have mine, a secure mind. Well, there's a dude in Ohio that's broke as fuck, that made it work to where he has an international known brand. Oh, his name's Jay Davenport. Tell me this shit can't be possible. Like, I didn't put, like, the only thing that I have put into this, yo, is my heart and my hard effort. Like, that's why I love when people that came up was like, oh, well, he doesn't belong, blah, blah, blah. We're talking. I kept going my path, because you can't fake being you, yo. People are going to hate that.
Yeah, and good don't sell itself. That's what I always heard. But I'm gonna say this, man. Like, and this is something that I want to touch on tonight because it's very important to me, especially in this moment. But the registration for artists, you know what I'm saying? Artists.
Oh yeah, speak on that real quick. I'll play the next song.
Yeah, like artist ownership and these different things. So I have gotten IPI numbers from probably 2 or 3 different fellas today, because when I'm registering these songs, I need to make sure that everybody involved in the song is getting a piece of the pie, because there is enough for us to eat. And maybe I'm not eating right now, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. Karma don't sleep and God don't like ugly. Just remember that. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you do good business off the top, you don't have to worry about what's coming down the line. You know what I mean? Because at some point or another, and let me tell you something, I've had some experiences, man, like especially in my sobriety and coming up in this music and everything, where I done got took here and there. And you know what I do, man? I take it graciously and I keep moving, because I wasn't always a good person. You know what I'm saying? That karma don't sleep, and that applies to everything. You know what I mean? So like, and it's always going to be dues that have to be paid. But as long as you're taking care of what you need to take care of, everything else will fall into place. You know what I'm saying?
It will. And it's frustrating as hell. You're going to sit there and be angry, but stay there and, you know, keep the path, yo. It's going to work out beautifully.
Jesse, thank you for that, man. And I like your music too. Jesse actually has something to speak on when she writes songs, and I like that. And
that's what we talked about when she was on live with me.
Yeah, I need to contact Colt too and get his registration information, because I never did our song. But that's important to me now. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm having to go back through my catalog and revise my catalog to make sure that all of now. I never did it on any songs that I was with somebody else, but what I was doing was I was registering my solo songs as the songwriter, the sole songwriter, because I didn't know about shares and licensing. Nobody taught me about, you know what I'm saying, looking at the contracts, the licenses that they give you when you buy these beats or whatever. And listen, and don't get me wrong, because I know somebody is coming. I know they are. Here's the thing. I fully support making your own beats and doing all of your own recording and mixing them, and that's fine. Me personally, yes, I buy beats. I buy beats from all different places. I like to have a different sound. I don't like for my sound to get stale. And plus, I love working with other musicians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's where it's at. I think that the energy that you can feed off of and the way that you can interact with one another and push and pull and grow as artists and you know what I'm saying? And like widen out your craft. Like, I enjoy that. And I send my music out to different engineers. I engineer my music. I love to engineer other people's music so that I gain that experience and can give them a different sound. But I send my music out to get different sounds. I don't want to be stuck in one place, and that's a personal preference. But what I'm saying is nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, hey, what's up? I appreciate that.
Yeah, me and Jesse got you.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. But what nobody tells you is how to manage the business side of your music, because this is the music business. And we might be independent artists and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we have ownership. And so there's a business side to this. And
you know, that's why, like, I've been, because recently with me getting approved to do ads and shit, they've been making clips off my lives and they've been taking y'all songs. So y'all get 80%, I get 20%. But it's the song
y'all,
owner.
I don't shit. I ain't seen nothing.
That's why I was wondering, because I've been getting, you know, I didn't really know a lot of people. The lease and beats thing was a big thing, because there's been people that pop up and said this person's song. I'm like, that's not who I played last night. I don't even know who the fuck that is. And I go do a little homework. I'm like, oh
man, listen, I have a song called Dirty Game that I did 2.5 years ago. And since I've put that song out, I've seen multiple artists with the same beat. Now, it's one of my best performing songs, so I'm not going to go pull it down. But if I'm working with a beat, man, and somebody in my circle's got the same beat, I'm probably going to trash mine. Ain't no sense in both of us working on the same beat and then we just stepping on each other's toes. You know,
and that's where it comes in, where you talking about the IP numbers and everything. If everybody registers, you know who's who, and make sure everything gets taken care of and nobody gets taken out the project. But you know,
right.
That's why I say it. I've been saying it a lot lately. I wish I can go back to just being a regular fan. The part that I have to play now, it's annoying. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but the thing I don't enjoy is the fakes that came along with this shit. There's a lot of people out here that I guess it's just because, you know, everybody I talk to, that legit artists that dedicate themselves daily and work full time. Plus, when they get home, they don't clock out for work. They have to put on a different hat for work.
Listen, man,
they got to get in the studio.
I just took my Walmart shirt off to do this interview with you. Like, I came straight in from work, kicked my shoes off, came straight in here and started working back on registrations. You know what I'm saying? And then I have 5 songs sitting in production that I need to get to mixing and doing all these different things. So like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break off piece at a time and kind of spread it. But I mean, I work 50, 60 hours, and there's not a work week of mine that's less than 50 hours. You know what I mean? So like, but this is, for me, this is me. This isn't something that I have to do or that I'm driven to do, or that this is me. This is literally a part of me. You know what I mean? And I can't, and this is just what it is. You know what I mean? And I love this. I absolutely love this. It's not like they say you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And that's the truth. Because when I come home from work and I get into the studio, man, let me tell you something. The rest of this house could burn, brother. Man, we chilling. You know what I mean? I give me some trashy ass chicken nuggets and come in here and just ride for the rest of the night and go to work on 2 hours of sleep and not even be tripping or cranky, because now I have these songs to show for it. And now I have, you know, these things to show for it, man. And it gives me that sense of purpose, and it gives me that sense of fulfillment. It's
Oh
it's
shit,
like
Cornbread
all.
just jumped in here too.
Hey,
And
where's my man? Hey, yo. Hey, me and
but what
Cornbread.
you speaking on? That's why I've been wait. I could not wait. Like you, TWIS, and Mark Gordon were some of the interviews I've been looking forward to the most because the conversations we have privately, like it's some
Yeah,
real
Muddy
shit.
Water
Because a
Gang,
lot
man.
of
Listen,
people don't know.
I'm with them dudes tough, man. Them some good cats, bro.
And what y'all speak on, it's not really if anybody feels offensive by what y'all speaking on, then go do your homework because talk to somebody that's been doing this 20 plus years. They're going to tell you, yeah, that's how we did it back in the day because we had no choice. Don't copy somebody else's shit because that's going to end up you you thought you had a music career. Nah, it's just now it's so easy to fake this shit. Nobody can keep up with it.
Right.
But
Hey, that track me and Cornbread put out, bro. That thing's on 2 radio stations. You understand me?
I was about to play it right now,
Hey,
like
look,
and
and let me tell you what, that's another thing about artist ownership. So if you are leasing beats, you need to understand this. In those contracts, it will tell you your broadcasting rights, and you would want to adhere to that. So this song that I have for me and Cornbread I was given 2 radio stations. Now I have other leases that afford me unlimited broadcasting rights. So I can put them on every radio station all across the world and it won't matter. But read that fine print because I got 2 stations off the song. This song is playing on it's on 2 stations. I can't put it anywhere else. And that's okay. So one of them is a satellite radio station. They have 2 million listeners during the week, 9 million on the weekends. I'm okay with
that's
that.
still badass.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's a man that runs it out of my hometown, Mr. Lucky Hodnett. He knew my grandfather. My grandfather did music. I'm very grateful that I knew somebody that knew somebody. Because getting on my other hometown radio station has proved to be because man, look, I'm from the rural South, man. You know what I'm saying? You got tattoos, you going to hell. So it's been really tough to try to get put on the main radio station down there. But always read that fine print. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? And most
no matter
of them,
what you do, because this is a business, y'all, you might be thinking you're making bank and you're getting all kinds of gifts. What you don't realize is those weren't gifts. You paid for that shit. They just didn't want to tell you.
right. And so it'll tell you in most of these licenses and contracts as well that for like the smaller leases, you can only synchronize and monetize one video with it. And it usually states on YouTube. Some of them actually say YouTube. You know what I mean? And so you got to read that because you can make your one little music video. And of course, you can make your TikToks because you're using the sound. So that's a proprietary thing, right? So you can use the sound in TikTok or on Instagram or whatever, and you can get away with making smaller videos like that. But it's in these licenses because I've been reading my licenses for like the past week.
And people need to do that because this is not just a music. This is not fun. This is a music business. Like, and unfortunately, when it comes to business, there's a good side and a bad side, y'all.
I mean,
You
it
need to
is
know
fun.
both of them.
Let me tell you something. I have fun laying these songs down.
That's
man.
but it's
Listen, but what I'm saying is there's another side to that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you now, as someone who has been in a great many courtrooms, you don't want to have to go to one. You know what I mean?
no.
So
Fuck
like,
no.
I don't want them coming in and taking a bunch of money that I already don't have. Because I go to work 50, 60 hours a week, sometimes 7 days a week, man. If they'll let me in there 7 days a week and I'm in a physical condition to do it and I'm not burnt out or sick or whatever, I'll go 7 days a week. I'll work 13, 15 days in a row. You know why though? Because I'm paying for this licensing. I own some of these songs. Like some of these songs, when I'm buying exclusives, we're talking thousands of dollars. But at the end of the day, whatever happens with that song, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because in these contracts, some of them are only good for 10 years. Some of them are only good for 25,000 streams, blah, blah, blah.
That's where
blah.
it comes for. You got to read that fine print.
Right.
Because they won't put that where it's bold and obvious. It's
right. But I mean, just pay attention to, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to your catalog. And I got told this and I started doing this. Everybody was like, man, look, just get the music out and let the music do what it needs to do. And as you build those streams, you can pay for the next level of licensing. You know what I mean? Because if I ever get 25,000 streams on a song, cool. All I got to do is go back in, negotiate with the producer, and just upgrade the license. And I can do that off of the money that I've made from the songs. You know what I'm saying?
But that goes back to where that's things that most people don't know because they only think is, oh yeah, just put your song out, it'll do itself.
Right. And I do tell guys, because there are some guys, man, they're like, I can't afford, but I've got a great song. I said, so fucking buy the regular lease, get your MP3 lease, put it out. And then as you make money off of this music, go back and upgrade that lease. Man, let me tell you something. These producers, man, they cool, bro. Like I just did a negotiation on an exclusive. He cut me a deal. You know what I'm saying? And so that was yesterday. And what I did was I had asked him about bundling a mix and the exclusive. And so I sent him the dry bounce MP3 for him to hear the song, because here's the thing. Listen to me, this is game. If these producers like your song, they're more likely to work with you. And so I sent it to him. But then I found someone in Nashville to send the song out to. A country music, actually two guys. They're country music guys. That's what they do. So I got with them and discussed their mixing and mastering, blah, blah, blah. Right. So I hit the producer back after I've sent him a song. I have somebody in Nashville that I can send it out to, blah, 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 blah. So but I put out a number to start negotiations. These guys, well, we don't negotiate. But once he heard the song, he met me in the middle. Boom. Plus, I had 3 other licenses just this morning that I needed to upgrade. And this is a set of producers that they don't budge. They never put a coupon code. They never let you catch no Black Friday or fucking whatever, buy one, get one, blah, blah, blah. But I hit them anyway. And I asked them, all these questions. And so this morning I was able to bundle out those 3 lease upgrades and get a nice discount on them. Because none of the leases that I had included broadcasting rights.
Yeah, so that's a whole different level, right?
One of them, you have the It's Ain't About You. You've got the first draft of that mix. So that's one of them. That song needs to go to radio. That's a radio song. All day, that's a radio song. But I didn't have broadcasting rights on that lease. Nor did I have the broadcasting rights on any of the other leases. But I went in, talked to these producers, you know what I mean? And so this morning I was able to buy out new leases and upgrade all of those leases, and they cut me a deal. Because they'll tell you we don't negotiate. But when you're trying to get something done, get on in there and barrel on with them. And you know what I'm saying? Save yourself some money. Because
they're so used to people wanting to waste their fucking time. That's why they don't negotiate.
Right.
And
but I'll tell you
that's the people I mainly talk to. I talk to some artists, but I talk to mainly the people that are doing
but shit. You listen, you got to put your money where your mouth is.
You do. When
I hit these producers up and they have $1,000 exclusive and I ask them to get it for $800 and they agree with me on that, I give them the $800 right then. Mm-hmm. Boom, you got your money as soon as we agree on it. You know what I mean? Then going forward, if you continue to keep buying these leases off of these producers, they're more likely to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these producers, man, that you can find that have good tracks and you can get quite a few tracks out of them. Some of them, I find a track and I was lucky to get that one. You know what I mean? But if it's somebody you're going to work with going forward, do good business. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what it is. Always do good business. Always. Because word travels fast. You never know who knows who.
And some of these guys, man, they're cool. They'll work with you. Like sometimes I have to say, hey, can I pay you X amount right now, X amount, and then X amount, and then we can take care of this mix and this lease and this blah, 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 blah. And then once I'm done paying you, we can get everything squared away, yada, yada. But here's the thing. When I say I'm coming with that, I'm coming with that. You know what I mean? Just do good business, man. Like long as you don't dick these guys around, you can do a lot of good business with them and they will take care of you.
Yeah, and y'all just got like thousands of dollars of pre-game right there that you have to dig and find because nobody will tell you this shit. They're like, especially if you go to somebody like, oh, well, I know, what about, let me read the fine print. They're going to look at you like, what do you mean fine print? They'll sit there and start getting edgy because then you know some shit. A lot of these motherfuckers don't know shit.
And that's the thing. I had to learn that too. When I go to these producers and I ask them about bundling, you know what I'm saying? Can you bundle your mix with blah, 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 blah? You know what I'm saying? Like that gets your foot in the door. Because if they're going to have their hands on it primarily and they like what the material that they're working with, you get a better chance right out of the gate. I understand everybody mixes their own shit nowadays. Okay, I get it. But I'm just saying, man, sometimes I don't have all the answers. Sometimes I don't have the best mix. Sometimes I don't have the best equipment for the job. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay.
True. All right, let's listen to this Cornbread song. I'll let her keep going. Y'all are like, well, what's the music? We do more than just music. We help y'all understand some things. I have come on here because they're teaching y'all some shit. That was thousands of dollars of free info that you will not find unless you go through this life experience, y'all. But this is the song she was talking about that's on 2 radio stations, yo.
Yeah, it cost me thousands of dollars to learn that game.
Thousands of dollars and lots of time wasted for no fucking
for sure.
So pay attention, y'all. Just definitely do some homework and research. But this is back then with her and Cornbread, and this is on 2 radio stations.
Cornbread, it's my dog, son.
Solid dude.
That's my man, yeah.
It was peach moonshine and some Alan Jackson, a bag and a lighter and some railroad tracks. A country boy can survive, don't you know? Holding on so tight, I can't believe we let go. That's the night that the lights went out. The thunder rolled and we would belt it out. We needed wide open spaces and some alibis. A tear in my beer and some strawberry wine. I crossed my heart and I promised too that I should have been a cowboy, man, I was a fool. Poor, pitiful me. Now all I have left are the memories. We were flying high until the sun come up, living it up, although the times were tough. On an old bag of road that saved my soul. Tipping some cows out in the fields at night and taking a left so we could try to get right. Just rolling hands in the wind.
Tearing up an old 2-lane road, sipping on something cold. Out where the blacktop is, in the low places with all my friends. Growing up a little on the wild side. Daddy left, boy. Mama tried. Yeah, mama tried. We flying high till the sun come up. Living it up though, the times were tough on the no back road. That saved my soul. Tipping some cows out in the field at night. Taking the left so we can try to get right. Just rolling, hands in the wind. My life is a barrel.
Steady trying to dodge the potholes.
Smoke blowing out the window.
And I don't ever wanna let go. Man, I miss those days. Man, I miss those nights. Man, I miss those days. Man, we were invincible. You know it?
Sun come up, living it up though the times were tough on the no back road that saved my soul. Tipping some cows out in the field at night, taking the left so we can try to get right. Just rolling, hands in the wind.
Yeah, y'all did something with this song.
Bro, I forgot that I panned a lot of those vocals, and I thought something was wrong with my headphones for a second. I was
Yeah,
like,
and what 2? You said those are on 2 radio stations.
Yes.
What 2 radio stations are those on?
Swamp Radio and
Swamp Radio. Oh shit, Swamp Radio. That's my people. That's good people.
Yeah, the Wolf WLUC out of my hometown, Picayune, Mississippi.
But you know, and like what she said though, like she wasn't just saying that just to help y'all out. Like, well, she was helping y'all out, but she's not just wasting her time letting y'all know this. Like, literally, pay attention to what you're doing because you might think, oh, this song's about to blow up. But if you ain't got no publishing rights, you ain't got no air, like you don't
Well,
own shit to it. You
that's the
making somebody else
problem
money.
too. That's the problem too. If it blows up and you don't have ownership of it, let me tell you, did you know somebody can come in and claim publishing if you haven't claimed publishing? And I'm talking about any random old jack off the street can
That
come
person
in.
that you pissed off, that you
Yep.
that partner that you had, that you're making it, they're sitting there in the gutter, they can go say, oh, that's my song.
Right.
You can't do shit about it.
Well, it's my idea, so I own the publishing. Blah,
I made
blah,
his
blah, blah.
character. He wouldn't
Yeah.
have shit with the and they're gonna
Straight
go
up.
through your whole catalog and be
Straight up.
we're not just
Because
saying crazy shit. I've seen it happen.
listen, my
And there's
heart,
nothing nobody can do.
my heart, soul, whole being is in these songs. I'd be damn somebody finna come in and take mine.
And that's why, but that's where it comes where people think this just because you have a song that's trending, people are fucking with you. You are not successful yet because there's a lot to this than you just being cool and hearing the radio, you get on stage or you having a mic in your hand, yo. There's a lot more to this. But you always got to watch around though. You got to watch your people because this really will happen, y'all. Like if you do not have the rights to say this person grew up with you and they were your person, they were your manager or quote unquote, whatever the hell you want them to be. Y'all have a falling out and they feel that you owe them money. You don't want to give them said money. They know where all your shit is. They can go to wherever they need to and take all your rights.
Right.
And you can't do shit about it.
But they ain't taking mine because mine is in black and white. Now, here's the thing. If you've got the money to go to court, you can prove ownership by metadata. So your notes, when was the note created that you wrote the song in on your phone? Because now I only use my phone to write my music out. I don't use a notebook anymore. The timestamps on those files will help give you ownership. The recordings, the first time that you ever did a recording in your DAW, different things like that. But I mean, righteously, man, I'm registering my shit with BMI. BMI is going to tell you this is mine. You know what I mean? I have a Song Trust account. Song Trust is going to tell you this is mine. And actually, let me tell you something. This is kind of how I stumbled on to my registrations were all wrong because Song Trust was not pushing through my content and was not paying me out. And so I had to email them and they told me about my conflicts in my registrations.
Sonny had a question. She said, what advice would you give me like putting my stuff out there as a hobby racing? I should still get it official just for my protection or of keeping my song.
What you mean racing? What that mean? Like
I think she was probably she uses she used voice text, so probably what she meant, but she's just asking for advice, you know. This is what I love, y'all. At least somebody's listening here and you're like, hey, they're asking for advice because while she's on here, y'all, this is the time to ask. She's not just telling y'all this.
I'm trying to see who else is sending in music, man. Ain't nobody sending in
music ain't nobody sending that shit
on a Friday night. Whatever,
right,
bro.
I know y'all sitting at home. It was snowing outside. I don't know if it still is.
They probably all sleep from the turkey.
Oh, and then, you know, like after I played your song, depending on how long you was going to be on here, because we've been walking on this, I was going to go just do the regular show. And if anybody send it in, which you can speak on this when I've had an interview, if y'all send the money in with, you know, the $10 or $5, I will play your shit. Jacob can vouch for it. I will stop what I am doing and play your shit. It's just, you know, this is also a business for me too. This is not just my fun time. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this shit. I'll be doing this even if I was a stream, I'll be playing y'all's music. But why not help get attention on? If I have over 5,000 eyes on me, plus over, I don't know,
right,
so many groups, why not share it?
Because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. It'd be some people ain't gonna show up in here and stay because it's me, and I don't care.
I don't give a fuck either. They do. Well, I got a lot of people that follow up that are just my followers on Facebook, just so they can keep a fucking eye on me.
Like I'm telling you right now, I do not care. Because I'm gonna say this: nobody is doing what I'm doing in music right now. I don't give a fuck. Jelly Roll ain't doing it. Like nobody's doing it. What I do is listen. I ain't them, and they ain't me. Like vocally and compositionally, and just you know what I'm saying. Like I'm in a different niche somewhere right now. And that's cool. I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, first of all, don't nobody pay my bills. Whenever your check pays my bills, then your opinion might matter. Straight up.
Yeah.
So,
Nah,
Sonny, what do you mean by racing?
Yeah, Sonny, she was on. What did you mean by that? Because she's been wanting to ask me some questions, and I'm not an artist, so I can't fully explain, answer. And unfortunately, a lot of artists don't want to.
Sonny, they don't be stalking, they be creeping, baby. So what I'm saying is they watching.
Oh yeah, they watching. They watching,
hating.
and they go back.
Listen, they hating, but they watching.
And you know how I noticed people were watching me, that they were just watching just to see how I figured this shit out. When they started popping up their own live shows, or their posts switched up to doing shit similar to me. I don't say shit because what's the point? What is that? The flatter what the fuck is that? When people copy you, what is that? That's the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
can't listen, man. Can't nobody really copy me, though. Listen, I'm singing notes in my studio to break a wine glass. I dare somebody try to come copy me.
Facts. Speaking of that, I was wanting to play Wasted next, if you don't care.
I don't care, but I'm gonna say this. I do want for you to play that it's a fucking part of that rough mix for Ain't About You, man, because that song is badass.
I got you. That's why I got you. It's Wasted is I love Wasted is one of my dopest songs.
That's the one that stopped K-Man Brown. Sonny, I'm trying to ask you though, what do you mean by when you're putting stuff out there as a hobby, racing? What does that mean? Like, I mean, I'm gonna say this: if you're writing your material and you're recording your material and all these different things, like I'm not familiar with you, but if it's your project, then yes, I would advise you. It's free to get a BMI account. All of that is free. And if you want to put it out there and you want for it to be protected, you can go register with BMI as a songwriter and get that free account. And then, you just have to be mindful of the way that you register this music. And if you're using music from a producer, racing as the hobby.
That was talk texting racing. I meant she meant it was there two talk texts. Let me see. Let me go ahead and put that. She meant hobby instead of racing. She's what advice would you give me, like putting myself out there as a hobby?
Okay.
I should still get it. So she didn't mean to even say racing.
I mean, yeah, if it's yours and it's your baby and you know what I'm saying, like you want to do something with it going forward, I would always cover your ass. Always.
I'm gonna start asking artists that I know personally do this before I play this song. And you are unfortunately the first victim of this. How do you feel about I didn't know it was a real genre, but how do you feel about the AI generated genre?
Trash. It's
go ahead.
Trash.
Yeah, I struggle with it too.
It's
I ain't gonna lie.
Trash, man. Seriously, like, you know what I mean? It's just why don't you just put us all out of business then? What's the point? And it's too much. Like, it's too much. I think it's lame and I think it's dumb. I think it shows no creativity. I think it shows no talent. I think, you know what I mean? That's my personal opinion. Jay,
I had to have somebody explain to me.
What are the new businesses?
That's what he was talking about.
Oh, the AIs and shit? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know a couple people that are really good writers that are doing AI generated, and I'm trained a cappella.
And that's cool, but listen.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
This is what I'm saying, though. Music is the collaborative. Music is the connective tissue. Write something and get you an artist, though. You know what I mean? Like, be with your people, man. That's what I'm saying. If you want to write, then find you an artist. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of room for everybody here. I've been told multiple times that I need to be a ghostwriter because I'm not established.
I can see that.
I'm not established that well as an artist, which is cool. I mean, my songs are for sale. I am for sale. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is. I don't know. There are a couple of songs that I will probably never sell, but there's only like 2. The rest of them I would probably sell. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? If you're a writer, work with an artist, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all in this together trying to make it.
Mhm. And that's facts. We all in this trying to make it.
Yeah, send a song.
Oh, Blake, you talking about Blake? What you talking about? Can I send that song in? You was gonna let me play in. I don't know if he's talking me or you, but yeah, I want to play. Wait, actually, should I play Ain't the One yet? Because that's one. Is that one of the new ones?
No, Ain't About You.
No?
So, and what you have for Ain't About You is just the first draft of that mix.
Okay.
So like we're going back to revise that mix, but it's just a badass song.
All right. Well, I want to play that one before Wasted because Wasted is actually officially done and everything.
Well, yeah, and I mean you play whatever you want. Wasted is a movement. What Wasted is Wasted is a piece of storytelling. You can play that one. Play Wasted. Wasted is a very, very important piece of storytelling, but it's something that I've lived and seen a lot. You know what I mean, too. But Wasted is God gave me that song. Like I didn't even wasn't planning to write anything. I wasn't planning to do anything, and I sat down one night and just was moved. So Dub 3030 produced it, mixed it, mastered it.
Mm.
And he
Shout
and I
out
worked.
to Dub.
Yeah, he and I worked together on the song. And it's very much a project of love. But this is like when I talk about songs that I want to be known for, this is one of those songs. Gotcha. The rest of that shit you can throw it in trash. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, man, like I want fucking why are you laughing at me?
Because I know you're being honest with the shit.
No, for real. The rest of it, man, look, because all right, so when the few people that are in this live, when they hear this song's gonna shake them. And if they have somebody in their life, man, that's struggling, they gonna want them to need for them to hear this song. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. When Jelly Roll and Lil White put out a song called Moving Mountains, and it was a storytelling, you know what I'm saying? That song planted a seed in me when I was out there using. A seed for me to change. It told my story, but it told me that where I was at was going to kill me. It was very monumental in me starting to get sober.
All right, this is Wasted, and this is on all platforms. Is this on the radio or no?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Same ones or different ones?
No. So far, it's only on the Wolf, but I actually have it out to a few different places to, you know what I'm saying? I just hadn't heard back.
Gotcha.
When is enough
Go with
enough? And how much is too much? If one is way too many, and 1,000 is never enough. He was talented, everything he said was immaculate, but no one ever really knew the half of it. It had to get so out of pocket, charges always landing on the docket, ambulances through the neighborhood and nobody could stop it. The man was a genius with the world at his fingertips, but couldn't touch the pain inside, so he just kept on taking hits. Mama stayed praying for her baby to
and this is the one you said when I was on with JJ, right?
They spread his ashes on her
Hey,
grave.
you probably
What
don't
I'm
run it back
saying,
now.
half alive, the other half passing by. The dragons that we're chasing, to waste a life that's sacred. All the times we spread our wings to fly, and only left us jaded from the lives that we see wasted. She was talented, everything she painted was immaculate, but no one ever really knew the half of it. She had to go through so much loss, and everyone she came across just gave her another reason not to open up it all. She was so smart, but staying in her books just wasn't good enough. She had to find a rig and load it up. The pain devoured her. Daddy stayed crying for his baby to get help, but today they put his ashes next to hers up on the shelf. Half alive, the other half passing by. The dragons that we're chasing, to waste a life that's sacred. All the times we spread our wings to fly, have only left us jaded from the lives that we see wasted. If we pray
trusted.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the message. If I want to
Yeah,
be
no,
known,
that's
if I
more than a
want to be
message.
known for something, that's what I want to be known for, is planting that seed and bringing that awareness, you know what I mean, to addiction and mental health and all of these issues that we struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody asked me about that song in a live the other day, and I was like, no, every voice that you hear on that song is mine. And I'm gonna tell you this, Dub is an amazing producer and engineer to work with. He is absolutely incredible. I was able to tell him, this is how I want for this part to sound, and this, and that, man. And he went straight in and he did everything, you know what I mean? Because as a vocalist and an engineer, sometimes I have ideas and visions for certain things, and then the rest of it I'll leave open. You know what I mean? But he's incredible to work with. I mean, and I work with a lot of, you know what? I work with some really great engineers. So I work with Mozart. He's incredible to work with. Will Bowser is amazing to work with. You know what I mean? Like but since we played Dub's song, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I work with some really great producers.
You do,
and
don't you? You do stuff with Sweet Pea too, don't you?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
No.
I thought you did something with Sweet Pea too.
Nope.
But that song, was that the song you sent when I was on live with JJ? I think.
Yeah.
Well, and because he spoke on what he's like, his avenue is more like the pain and message music. That's why I was like, I love that shit, because unfortunately people need to speak on the reality of the situation, because there's so many in this genre that are speaking on bullshit.
Mm.
And like you said, with like my song, I've been a Little White fan since I was 03, you know, Doubt Me Now, first song I ever heard. And I kept listening to the main ones, but the next one I really heard was what he did, Demons. And that spoke a lot to me, especially in the line he's talking about, if I don't call my daughter, she's gonna know something's wrong with her father. Dead ass. I have a routine with my little girl now that if I act the old me, she's gonna know something's up. I can't be the old me to be the new person I need to be for my future.
Right.
And you know, if you know anything about Little White, that man had to change his life up a lot, because that dude was yeah, it was a little bit, but he's not the same person that he was. And that's where a lot of people you need, as far as artists, just in general, you have to evolve, just because you started out in that bullshit ass studio that we all know, you cannot stay there. You have to have you want to have $1 million studio. Even if you don't have one, you got to strive for that, because otherwise nobody's really, when they're doing this shit, they're going to fuck with you, because they're going to look at you like, oh, well, I get that you're talented, but you're not investing in yourself. It's a real thing.
Let me, I'm going to say this, man. I moved into my Kanye era to where all that I want is already mine, and future me is just waiting for me to catch up. But the work that I put in, the steps that I take is going to get me there. You know what I mean? Enough missteps, and I'll never meet future me where I need to. Mm-hmm. And I have to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sent a track in, but while we listen to that, though, I have a song called "Struggle with Me," and it is one of my biggest songs about mental health and, you know what I'm saying, and self-esteem, struggling and stuff like that. I can send it to you if you want me to.
Man, I'm fully with it. It's your time to shine. I've been wanting to do this with you for a bit.
Because, man, look, I make really great songs and I make large vocal productions and all of these different things, but that's what I'm saying, man. On the real side of this shit, bro, if I want to be known for something, I want for it to be these things. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, yeah, no, my dude Blake he sent me something in the other night. I don't know if I got to play it or not. Jack, Daddy is busy. It is not cuddle time with you, sir.
Man, look, he ain't worried about that.
He ain't. He's laying right on my fucking hand, so I won't touch my laptop. You're lucky I love you, dude. Is your ear bothering you? Need rubs? Okay, yeah, I'll rub your ear.
I gotta get this MP3 though. To send you this MP3 because you can't play links and stuff.
And the fucked up part is that pisses me off so bad, because Facebook, Twitch, and all that will flag me for fucking copyright. But if I played the MP3 of the same song,
nice. Well,
it makes no sense.
Hey, listen, here's the disclaimer. I own the rights to this music.
Yeah. And that again, when it pops up for the ad the ad revenue shit, it will show. It will say who the artist is on there. So if y'all say, "Oh yeah, that's my song," what she's speaking on, I can see if y'all speaking true or not because I will send you a screenshot like, "Oh, I thought that was your song. I thought that was your song, homie."
Well, and I actually have had I've had a couple of videos that went up, and it was like, "Oh, your blah 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 has been registered to Jaco the Architect," and I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like that's nice. And they don't pay me a dime for it. I don't get paid off of none of my Facebooking.
Seriously?
Yep. I ain't stressing it, man. I'm not giving them all my 900 bits of information to get a blue check.
That's why I don't give them my shit. They go off of they go off of what I give them, and I'm like, I'm
not in professional mode or
especially
whatever.
As easy as all this shit can get hacked. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. Like, don't even worry about it. I got news for you, though. Somebody steals my identity, they finna give it back.
Look, I don't want this shit.
Listen. I'll tell you, like, man, look, I got you know what I'm saying? I got quite a few $1,000s just sitting in this desk of equipment. And, baby, I pay every single month on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I just got the Steven Slate VSX headphones on the Black Friday sale. And, baby, guess what? I'm going to pay on these hoes for 24 months.
All right, let me play this by my homie Blake real quick, and then you about to send me something?
Yeah, I'm bouncing it down.
Because if you didn't, I was gonna play which one was we just talking back about? You Ain't About You. That's the one that's rough mix, right? Because I'm curious about this song.
What, the Ain't About You?
Yeah, is that the one we were just talking about? That's not fully.
That song is a monster, though. Like, Will and I are gonna.
All your songs are.
But listen, that fucking song is a monster, dog. And somebody said something too. They were like, "Oh, you mean like how Morgan Wallen has lies?" And I was like, "No, this is nothing like that song."
Goofy looking son bitch. I didn't realize what that man looked like truthfully until last month, and man,
I fuck with Wallen. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do too. His voice is talented. It's just I don't fuck with his attitude and his actions.
Yeah, I get that because listen, man, there's a lot of dudes, bro, in the country rap community that everybody wants to die over. And I'm just like, man, these dudes is out there acting foolish though. Like, come on, man. Like, we supposed to be like this shit don't even make no sense to me half the time, for real. And here's my thing. If I can't respect how you coming, I can't fuck with you.
Anybody can be made to look like a superstar.
Okay.
This is Mixed Down. Well, that's what it's called.
And I've been feeling I'm over it. Pain in my heart, I'm just trying to let it go. And I'm trying to find a better way to live. Flying on my own is the only way I know. And I'm trying to smoke some more now. Trying to get real high, cause my head been hanging low down. Who I trust, I don't even know now. All the screaming in my head, but in reality, I make no sense.
I said, okay, really got me tripping, I won't miss you, tell her no way. Know you only with me cause I'm colder than a snow day. Clean you to some Colgate, only got the feeling I was feeling from the old days. For real, lately, I done seen some things about my eyes that made me crazy. Never mentioned Dylan, only trying to fuck a wavy. Feeling like the villain when I'm lost up in your daydream. Me and you together, baby, we move like the 18. Found you, I was 18. You know I'm a dark soul, I need you to save me. Sitting on them crossroads, came up on them lost roads. Talking to the mic just like the thunder, let my thoughts roll. For real, need to find a way, I got a problem with the motivation. Load up on my mind to take a drive that got no destination. Running out of time to make you mine from all the games you're playing. Know I'm running out of patience, really might just have to face it.
And I've been feeling I'm over it. Pain in my heart, I'm just trying to let it go. And I'm trying to find a better way to live. Fighting on my own is the only way I know. And I'm trying to smoke some more now. I'm trying to get real high, cause my head been hanging low down. Who I trust, I don't even know now. All the screaming in my head, but in reality, I make no sense.
That's a
All
nice
right.
little vibe. It's a vibe.
Fuck with it. Yeah, that's. He just sent me a SoundCloud link. I can't play SoundCloud links on here.
There
That
are
will
some
definitely fuck me up.
there were some places where it felt a little rushed. You know what I mean? Where you could tell like he's running ahead of the beat or whatever, a little bit rushed. But I mean, it ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing bad. But it's a nice little vibe. It's a little vibe.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a vibe to it. You want me to play Struggle With Me first, or do you want me to play one of the other ones first?
Who other ones? You talking
You.
about this outlaw
I want
dog?
one of your other ones because I'm trying to go through to where, because I uploaded everything that I found for you that I had, except for the Ichabod Crane song, because I know that what I have is not both y'all on there. That's just you.
No, you've got the one,
I
but
do?
it was like the last mix and it wasn't final.
Okay.
But yeah. But who's the outlaw dog song?
That's the guy that AI generated that
For Christ's
we were
sake.
talking about.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's I gotta go through and find the email too on that too. And the song, like, my biggest issue with AI music, don't get me wrong, it's dope that you can write it, but I come from the acapella background to where we didn't have music. We made the music with our vocals. So I
Right.
struggle. That's why I struggle with rappers. I'm like, unless you're lyrically on point, I don't want to listen to you. And it's not because you're not dope. It's just my ears. I don't listen to it right. Now, if you sing or you're, even when it comes to, I can listen to a metal beat and break it down. But when it comes to rap, I hear the beat and then your words. I'm like, okay, the beat's on point, but your words are all over the fucking place. So I don't hear it right.
I'm
So-
not a rapper though. I'm an artist. I'll say that.
Yeah,
But
that's
struggle with me is a rap song. Absolutely 100%.
but that's why I love listening to when you spit or JJ Hughes spit, because what y'all spit on and y'all on point with your shit. Because y'all will not put your shit out there, which I know y'all personally, you will not put trash out there. You'll put it out there, let me hear it just to see where you're coming with it, but you will not put out there and say, oh, that's dope. Or you could put it out there like that still needs work.
Right.
Don't think of anything on that. But a lot of
Now,
people are like,
and-
oh no,
and-
that's dope as fuck.
And struggle with me was actually done in 2 takes. So that song was written and recorded in probably less than an hour for sure. Probably about 30-45 minutes it took to write it and record it. Now, the ending 4 bars of the first verse I did steal from a guy that I grew up with. And I've paid him for usage of those 4 bars. But I told him, I said, man, this is some of the best shit anybody's ever written, and you're not using it. I'm going to build a song out with it. And that's what I did. So I got the, you know what I'm saying? I got those lyrics from him and I built the whole rest of the song around them.
Well, and you didn't do it to be a shitty person, because a lot of people do that to be a shitty person when they take somebody's shit.
No,
You did
I
it
told
to
him.
give
I
your
said,
person appreciation.
Yeah, but listen, I told him, I said, the world needs to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're never going to use it. You're not doing anything with it. You're never going to do anything with it. And this is some of the best lyricism that I've ever heard in my life. And it's a message that, you know what I'm saying, that the world needs to hear. And so I told him, I said, I'm taking it. I'll pay you for it. I'm taking it. Straight
And
up.
at least you paid them for it. Like, that's what's dope though. Like, a lot of people would just straight rip it.
And credit where credit's due. I'm gonna let you know. I got these bars off of him, and then I built the song around those bars.
Respect. All right, let's listen to this, y'all. I'm hot. This Jaco the Architect on all platforms, y'all, and she's been giving y'all thousands of dollars of info that y'all have to go through dumb shit to listen to or find out the hard way. Take notes, but this is Struggle With Me, and this one, is it out or no?
Yes, yeah, everything's released.
Gotcha.
I've had a hard time trying to control my mind. I'm steady looking in the mirror, but I just can't find a single solitary reason to believe that I am worthy of a chance to maybe change my tides. I've tried everything imaginable just to hide all of the pain in my eyes and what I feel inside. I walk tall, making sure I've got my chin up high, but I'm a house of cards stitched together with some good lies. Here's a bit of information: I'm addled with afflictions, a hair-trigger temper, and a battle with addictions. A low self-esteem that I disguise with an ego, a need to be accepted accepted and viewed as a hero. A self-destructive attitude that constantly deceives me into thinking I'm not good enough for anyone to need me. And maybe that's the reason everyone I love leaves me. Or maybe it's because I don't make that love easy. I struggle with me. I struggle with me. I struggle with me. I struggle with me. Maybe that's the reason everyone I love leaves me. I've been drugged through the mud, so it's hard to see how anything would ever really go right for me. I try hard to make myself think positively, but I'm only positive the world is smoke and mirrors and deceit. They say to change your thoughts and you can change your life. Man, my thoughts are memories that go to war with my mind. I try and find a silver lining while the clock ticks time, staying lost in the catacombs where my heart resides, hoping today my emotions might can stay in check. I'm a wreck, constantly consumed by what comes next, self-sabotaging everything that's laid in my path, and speaking words full of venom that you can't take back. I act like I've got it all handled gracefully, while I carry around nothing but some hate for me. As the world turns, let mine burn. I guess I just won't learn. I struggle with me. I struggle with me. Self-sabotaging everything that's laid in my path. I struggle with me. I struggle with me. I guess I just won't learn.
That was deep.
And see, that's what I'm saying. If I want to be known for something, I want to be known for these. You know what I mean?
Well, and like what you were speaking on that, like that's what a lot of people don't realize. That's why I say on the podcast a lot. People always want to find a reason to blame something, or they want to find a reason, a band-aid to cover it up. When the whole issue is you don't know how to deal with yourself. Because the biggest struggle you will always have in life is your fucking self.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
you need to be the best version of you. Not for anybody else, but for yourself, because nobody really has to go through, nobody has to put your shoes on. Nobody has to sit there and do what you got to do. So why make it poisonous?
Right.
You know, I'm a former addict too. I'm 13 years sober, but don't get me wrong. Like every day I still think about this shit, but I put it in my head. I'm like, nah, I can't go backwards. I can't go backwards because I know what I went through. I can't go back to being that dude. So the drive to me to be afraid to go backwards is stronger than it is for me to want to get fucked up. Don't get me wrong, I still smoke. That's the only thing I do now. I don't do pills. I don't find a reason to fucking steal shit no more.
I'm a liability, right? Like, what did I say? And I have a song called Sober, and it's I said something about when nobody I was a liability to even serve any role. And that's how it was. I slept in the woods. I've, slept in vehicles. I've, you know what I mean? Like, and I've been kicked out of people's houses and they've told me point blank, you're not going to die in my house. If you're going to die, you're going to go somewhere else. And so I'm a liability. When I quit smoking cigarettes, I was smoking like a pack and a half, 2 packs a day. Sometimes I would smoke more than that. You know what I mean?
You got the voice you got. Damn, salute.
And listen, man. And I did smoke. Look, I was one of those addicts, bro. Like I've smoked carpet and tinfoil and paint and who God knows what else. But so
just to get the fix, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, man. Like, or just because you didn't even know what it was, you hoping that it's something and it ain't. You know what I mean? But like, so, me personally, because I live up here by Colorado, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, why don't you just smoke? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I never just. I mean, look at my studio, man. My studio is worth, I don't even know how much money at this point. Because I don't just make music and put a studio together. I have a Neve.
You can't just do basic shit. I can't even.
Like I have a Neve console. I have 2 compressors. I have, you know what I'm saying, a CX12 that's worth $1,300. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just smoke. It's not a thing that I do. So for me to be totally sober and like I don't even take ibuprofens. Nothing. No caffeine, no sugar, nothing.
Salute.
Yeah. So my anxiety was like, you know what I mean? Like, now I drink decaf because it's all the coffee and none of the anxiety. But I had to figure out a way to get my moods to stabilize and get my anxiety to chill out. Now I do microdose, and I'm not afraid of any of that. I have some psychological issues that cannot be
We'll
treated
say
with
microdosing
medications.
helps you, especially with
Yeah.
those kind of, especially when it comes to writing too.
PTSD,
It
well,
opens up that.
PTSD. So
and-
like what I do is you know what I'm saying? I'll accept all y'all's friend requests, and Sonny, you can message me, and you know what I'm saying, we can definitely see what you're working with. But like, so I'll microdose I'll do like a 30-day run, 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off. And then I'll, you know what I'm saying, I'll run the 30 days like that, and then I won't do it again for 6 or 8 months, maybe. And I'm getting to the point where those sessions are few and further between. But for like PTSD and BPD and things that like I've struggled with, there is no medicinal treatment. There is no, and now I'm opposed to psych meds anyway, don't get me wrong. I think that like there are some applications that psych meds are good for, but like, man, just always giving them to people that struggle with day-to-day life, I don't agree with, and I didn't think they were the right route for me.
Well, and like my aunt is a therapist, and we were talking last night when we were smoking, because she's been smoking for almost all my life that I know. But the brain is a powerful thing, and a lot of people don't realize trauma and PTSD, them injuries don't go away. They're there.
No,
And
but
they'll
what
find.
what the microdosing does, man, is the psilocybin acts on the neuroplasticity of the brain. So what I do, and I don't trip, I want to make that clear. What I do is I dose, and then I find alternative activities. I go outside, I sit in the sun, I put together little puzzles and different things like that, so that I can get my brain stimulated in a way that's removed from, you know what I'm saying, my normal. And so I try to get it to rewire during those sessions. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, it's changed my fucking life.
And like when I first time I microdosed, it helped out. I was like, holy shit. And it made me, and I did something. I didn't want to sit there and all that shit. I started writing, and then it was the first time I wrote a song in fucking 12 years. And it was just because for once that what everything was up there, I'm like, why is nothing not hurting? Like, I'm not fearing, I don't have that fear, or like, oh shit, I'm not thinking that negative feeling. It was all just out there. It was on pen and paper. I'm like, damn, I feel a lot better.
And it's great for creativity, but I'm going to say this. I was, you know what I mean? Like I had some severe anger issues and paranoia issues, and there's a lot of things that it has very much addressed. Now, I do 30-day rounds of ashwagandha too for the cortisol response, because I have such an elevated cortisol response from so many years of trauma. But you know what I mean? Like it's all helped to start balancing me out.
Feel it. Nobody sent anything else in.
That man said,
Did
be
I-
my therapist. Sir, you don't want these problems. Baby, you do not want these problems. I had a guy get in my he step in my inbox, and he's a preacher, and he started wanting to, you know, talk to me about God and my lifestyle. And
Oh, shit.
I said, sir, you don't want these problems. God bless you, and you have a nice day. Look, we're not. No.
How I usually end up with them, I'm like, well, I got lesbian best friends, I got gay best friends, and you know, I know Jesus isn't white. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, can you prove that he's white? No. Well,
listen, man, let me tell you something. So some of my trauma is tied to church, bro, because being sexually abused at a very young age, and then being brought to church and being told that if your body is spoiled and you've had sex before marriage and all these things, you're going to hell. So I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like I'm like a 5-6-year-old child that's well, I'm going to hell now. And you know, they've tried to pray the gay out of me and like all these different things, man. And so I deal with God, but I deal with God way differently now. I deal with God as the Trinity, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, because you know what I'm saying? Like there are absolutely powers that be that are so far beyond us. But
Yep.
The spirit, it's all about the spirit and what moves us. And people forget, man, that Christ came to absolve those old sins and bring about a new way of living and new teachings and a new consciousness. You know what I mean? Which was to just lean into that good. You know what I'm saying? Like what he ate with, he ate with his betrayers, and you know what I'm saying? Like all these
He
different
sat
things.
with prostitutes. He sat with lepers. He
Right.
said he didn't judge nobody.
Right.
And he didn't have to go in a building to talk. He went into everybody else's territory
to bring about the love. To bring about the love. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I always love people when they're like, "Oh, well, you should be." I'm like, nah, no. And the fact that you're trying to tell me how to be and you're trying to call yourself a true Christian, nah, that's not how true Christianity is. You should love me regardless of how I am.
I don't deal with religion. I don't deal with the box and all the different, religion to me in many aspects is very oppressive and propaganda driven. And so like, I don't deal with it. I am a critical thinker.
Well, especially, when they want to get on they want to get on the gay subject too, you look through the Bible and you can see a lot of different references of things that people would be appalled by that they consider blasphemy, but they talked about it in the fucking Bible. But hey,
baby, let me tell you something. Don't worry about what I'm over here doing, because when the day comes, ain't nobody gonna ask you about me.
Nope.
Then that's my problem. Stop trying to shove all that down my throat and tell me what my future is gonna be like, and worry about what you got going on.
That's why I always tell people too. They're like, well, I'm like, if you were that caring much about me, what are you doing with your own life? Exactly. Go fix your shit. Go fix your shit. Then come after me.
Right. Look at Mike B in the chat. I want to work with Mike one day, man. I swear I do.
I would like to hear you and Mike B. Like you, Country Carter, Mike B. Yeah, that'd be a dope ass. Yeah, see. I'm just thinking
I got one with Country though. We got a fire ass track. Yeah.
Oh, you do. Like that's
one of these days I'm gonna be able to get with Mike. We're gonna figure it out.
That would be dope. I was gonna play next. Let's see. Yeah, I want to hear Ain't About You. Let's hear this.
The vocals are way too loud in this mix, and this is like a really rough mix, but man, what a mean ass song. This song's mean.
Let's get it.
I ain't thinking about you, and I damn sure ain't writing you no song. I ain't wishing you were here, and I ain't lonely with you gone. I'm fine, nothing is on fire. I'm fine, I ain't even been crying. This ain't your song, this ain't your heart that's breaking. This ain't your ghost walking the floors of a house that isn't yours. And I ain't tired of praying, and losing you ain't the reason that I can't breathe. And I ain't haunted by your memory, not me, I'm free. This ain't even about you. Or if I ever cross your mind, I don't start to dial your number, and I don't lay awake at night. I'm fine, damn it. I tore up all the letters. I'm fine. Hell, I ain't ever been better. This ain't your song, this ain't your heart that's breaking. This ain't your ghost walking the floors of a house that isn't yours. And I ain't tired of praying, and losing you ain't the reason that I can't breathe. And I ain't haunted by your memories, not me, I'm free. This ain't even about you. I don't care who you're with, what you're doing, where you been. If you're making promises and I don't wanna try again, I don't wish that you would call. I've made peace with it all. I've deleted all your texts and took your pictures off the wall. This ain't your song. This ain't your heart that's breaking. This ain't your ghost walking the floors of a house that isn't yours. And I ain't tired of praying. And losing you ain't the reason that I can't breathe. And I ain't haunted by your memory. Not me, I'm free. This ain't even about you. It was never about you.
Now, if you did, I'm not going to judge you. I could just hear it in your voice on this. Did you cry when you were singing this, son, bitch?
No.
Really?
Not
you
this
could
one.
definitely feel
I
the
have
emotion
some-
in every bit of that song. That's why I was wondering why that.
I
Like,
have
if you did, I was not going to judge you.
that I've cried in, but not this one. No, but
That was a memory and a story and a half.
Man, let me tell you something. And that's why somebody told me, they were like, oh, like Morgan Wallen's Lies. And I was like, no, this is nothing like that song.
And you can hear the change up, like when you first like build up to it. Like that's
Right.
so I could see, I could hear you actually watch the video of that. Like you telling somebody like this is you fucking giving it to them.
Right.
Like straight up, like building up because they're like you're talking to them and they're not getting it. And then you finally just said, fuck it here. Have every bit of this raw emotion and just spit the salute.
And let me tell you that song. So I was listen, I was bringing my mom to the airport in Denver at like midnight, and we were listening to the radio riding down the road, and I got that whole concept in my mind, and I started getting some lyrics. And so I'm riding down the highway, writing these lyrics in my notepad while we're going down the road, listening to other music on the radio. And then when I was coming back from dropping her off at the airport, I had to start looking to find the music to go with it. And very nice to meet you, man. Send me a friend request or whatever. Hit me up. But so like I go to looking for the music and I find the music to go with it, but I'm driving down the road and I was like, damn, how am I draft this? Like, because I'm the type of writer that once I get that melody and all of this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I sit down, I got this SM7B and I'll draft on this mic and I'll just lay it down so I don't lose the melody and I don't lose the energy for it and whatever until I can fully record it. And so I was like, damn, I don't know how I'm going to do this because how do I get the music to play and record it? And then I was like, Snapchat.
Ooh.
So what I sent to Will Bowser was a video that I made with Snapchat where I played that music on BeatStars and recorded the video so the music would stay playing and sang it out so I could get the melody laid down in solid and draft it out. It was a life hack. Going down the interstate at 2:00 in the morning, brother.
But that's the salute to your work ethic to this, because you instead of saying, oh fuck, I ain't gonna be able to do this, you found a way to make it happen.
Yeah, man, I'm an addict, man. You gotta be resourceful. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where I started, like everything I did, that's what I did to this shit. I took how I was in the streets and shit and put it into this. The same mentality, same concept, because
I chase this harder than I ever chased drugs. Really, man?
Right. Dude, that's why I'm sitting there telling everybody, like, oh, I don't know how. I'm like, the fuck you mean you don't know how? Like, you said you used to be this, you used to be that. Put that same mentality into this shit. And if I had to explain to you how to be a fucking kingpin when you used to be one, watch you come.
And guys tell me too, man, like the dude that I got the lyrics off of. Oh, man, I work and this and that. And I'm like, man, look, you'll do what you want to do. A person will do what they want to do. They'll invest in what they want, and you'll always see what's important to someone. Well, and it's not just the studio side of this. I spend a lot of time with these guys behind the scenes too. You know what I mean? Like trying to check in, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to touch base and you know what I'm saying? Kicking it with them. We learn about each other and each other's
I can even speak on that from a true fact too, because me and you didn't talk for a little bit because you were busy building up the studio. I was busy doing my thing, and you just hit me up like, hey, I'm sorry I ain't hit you up. I just wanted to check in on you. You didn't ask me for shit. You just wanted to check in. I was like, shit, I'm good. I appreciate that. How you been? I've been seeing you work, because unfortunately, y'all, we all adults. we have responsibilities. It might not be kids, it might not be what somebody else's responsibilities are, but we all have them.
Yeah.
Because why? We are grown. Happens. We have shit we need to take care of.
But
And
you
it's
know
like
what?
you said, sometimes people there, I've noticed that too, where I've had to chase somebody off that was getting paid for nothing, for just a possibility of chances. There's a lot of these people out here that are, oh, pay me, I'll help you with this. And the only thing that is getting helped is you are paying their pockets to make sure they are a little bit less bummy.
I'm gonna say something too, man. Let me tell you what.
Go ahead, say your shit. Say your shit.
There's a circle of guys, man, and they're, well, not just a circle. There are guys all over there. Like, I just wonder what's really going on behind the scenes, because if these many names are involved and this much clout is available, how are you still doing things at the same level that you were when you were doing them by yourself?
Good
Nobody
point.
has to tell me anything about some people. Some people will try to warn me about who to stay away from, but the thing is,
I like to do my own homework.
But let me tell you something, man. My eyes, man. Look, let me tell you something. You believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, but sometimes that half of what you see will tell you everything that you need to know. Because if I'm looking at you and you ain't in no better position than you were whenever we started out together.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's all this doing for you? What are these people doing for you? I'm not concerned with names, man. I'm really not. I don't care who you are. And there's some, I'm not gonna say his name, but there's an artist, man, that's in one of the scenes that I would never. You couldn't pay me enough money to share a stage with him, because I don't respect him and ain't got nothing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah, there's a couple like that I'm like, dude, don't you know? They're like, yeah, but it's fine.
And
the
it's
fuck
crazy.
You mean
It's crazy to me because some of these dudes, listen, man, some of these dudes worship these dudes because of who they are. Man, fuck who you are. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, listen, man, look, karma and character doesn't care what letters are in your name, bro. That shit don't matter, man. And I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna catch me running around with some of these people, and I don't care. I don't care. None of that matters to me, man. Straight up.
No,
I don't care.
I respect you for that.
It don't matter who you know, who you blow, what you say that you gonna do for me, and that shit don't concern me, though.
No, that's why, like, a lot of the people they're like, oh, I don't mess with some of the people that you mess with, but they don't take that out on me. And I noticed there's a lot of people that if a group is against somebody, there is like, if one person's against somebody that has some, like what you were talking, then that there's a whole lot of people that will be against that person just because one person said this, without even doing the fucking homework on it, and then realize, oh shit, I was a dumbass in this. Let's fix this. Nope, motherfucker, it's too late. Like, I had to come at somebody with that. It's like, oh, I thought everything was cool. You mean the fact that you showed me that you're a snake, and just because that didn't change shit, I still know you're a snake. I'm glad I'm happy that you're doing your shit. Just do it the fuck away from me.
Right. Yeah. I totally support what these guys got going on if it works for them. But guess what? It ain't gonna go on around me. That's all I'm concerned about. And at the end of the day, I don't need none of that shit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not one piece of any of that bullshit do I need.
And that's like you said, and I've been saying it too. It's possible to do this all together, y'all. But the issue where it comes to that is you gotta fucking put the work into it. So what, you want it? I want this too. I want $1 million, but if I don't work towards it, the fuck am I going to get it for?
That's the thing too. There are so many resources for artists out there. So many. I get on Groover.com and I submit my shit to playlists and get playlisted and get spun over here on this radio station, spun on that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, picked up for consideration, and that it cost me $2 to do that. $2, bro. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I'm not selling out my soul to somebody that is really a piece of shit that I don't really respect, but I'm willing to just do whatever with them so that I can get where I want to be. No, man. To me, it's about character. I don't care about none of the rest of that, man.
Oh, and like we talked a little bit, about as far as religion, the people that looked out for me to make sure I survived were criminals. while the people that were what you call white collar
sure.
or were pastors or whatever, they didn't give a fuck about me. I was in the blasphemy because my parents weren't married when I was born. They weren't together, so therefore I'm a bastard. So you're looking down on me because of shit that you might not know, but you don't know who I am. So how can you judge me by that? But I've met dope boys that were legit criminals that I seen them do some shit to some people that owed them money. But yet when it came to me, they made sure I ate at the end of the day. Yeah. So I didn't look at the negative shit like that. I looked at them like, well, don't cross that person. Don't be disrespectful because that's a really good person. They just
okay, but doing what you have to do to survive, and then surviving off the next man is two different things.
That's two different things, and that's I'm glad that you said that because people don't think that. They're like, oh well, so and so's feeding me. Why are you letting this person feed you? Because what's going to happen if that person's not there feeding you? You're not going to eat. So why do you want to limit yourself to being fed by somebody?
I got into it with an artist and we had a very, very big falling out. But I told him, I said, man, do you like hear yourself when you're talking, or do you just say what they've put in your mind to say? I said, because man, you letting these dudes take you to the cleaners. Like you're letting them totally wash your brain out the side of your head, man.
You know, and what's going to happen with that, it's going to be when it comes down to where you get dropped and that person no longer feeding you. The people that were trying to look out for you and were saying that, like what you just said, they're not going to be there. Well, we're going to be there, but we're not going to let you back in like you want us to because you already showed that you're willing to step on us to get above us.
It's a desperation for fame too, is what I'm seeing.
That too.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that, unfortunately, too. And if what we're speaking on makes you feel a certain way, you might want to go look in the mirror and check yourself.
And it's like,
because it's not just one person we're speaking on. There's a whole lot of these
and I
people,
mean, I see
artists, promoters, and all kinds of shit.
And I see some of these dudes that are begging and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Well, I can't work because I have to do my music full time. What you mean? So you just want to beg and you want to be a bum thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to do this.
Yada, yada, show, I'm dope. I'm worth it. The fuck? So you want me to go ahead and sink in $600 on your bum ass? Because
I'm saying, man, like, listen, I get up every day and go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like 11, 12 hours a day. Like, what does that even mean? I don't know how in God's name I would survive without a job. And these dudes do it all day long. It don't make no sense to me, man. But
and like, if like I'm not working at a job right now, but I'm still working. But I'm not sitting there, like I see it all the shit every day where people were sitting there, before they realized I had a full-time job, it's like, oh, well, I see you talk to so-and-so. Can you give me some money from them? What? Well, they fuck with you. They give you money, right? No. We have a mutual respect. If they pay me for them to play their music, or I have a show, they want to pay me, cool. I don't beg them for shit. You and beg them for something, they're going to smack the fuck out of you.
I have turned down opportunities for a lot of things because, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just certain places that I'm not going to go. And there's certain people that I'm not going to work with.
And you're allowed to be that way. That's fine.
That's the end of it. Yeah. And that's cool. That's fine.
It's just unfortunately if more people spoke on what you're speaking on, it would not be a problem because unfortunately, what's cool about being the way I'm in, because I'm not an artist. I'm just a dude that's in the middle that makes things happen. If you know what I do, cool. If you don't need to fully know. That need no basis. But a lot of these people will feel exactly like she's saying, but nobody will say shit until it's too fucking late. But they'll say it privately. That's snake behavior, y'all. Because if you know there's a problem, but you're going to keep going along with the problem, therefore you are part of the fuck.
Yeah, you become part of the problem. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm going to tell you why it don't faze me. I own enough songs that have some really great capability and a lot of great potential.
And you have a name and people know who you are and how you stand on it.
If they offer me $1 million for a song to put in a movie, guess what? I own that shit. I don't owe nobody, you know what I'm saying, that pushed me here or there or whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, none of that. Nobody's finna come feed off of me. And that's what happens is these guys get these artists, man, and they push them and this and that, and they feed off of them. And they line in their pockets off of them. And these artists are going along with it because they want to be famous. They want the fame and they want the notoriety and they want the clout. And that's all fine and well. You know what I mean? I have self-esteem problems too. I would love to be
I'm glad you
loved.
said that.
No, I'm just saying, like, I would love to
But you
be
speaking facts.
like recognized and notarized and
Yeah.
all of these different things, man. But at the end of the day, like, what are you willing to give away in exchange for that? Because the universe works on balance.
And I'm not, like you said,
Like,
I'm not
first,
willing to
listen, for you,
compromise myself for nobody.
but what I'm saying is the universe works in checks and balances. For you to get something, you have to give something away. And what does that look like? And for me personally, as an artist, it doesn't look the same as some other people, which is okay. Like I said, if that works for you, man, look, go on with it. But it would never work for
But
me.
there's a lane for you, man.
Oh yeah.
There's a lane for all of us in this shit, but you don't need to use nobody to get in the head. And that's
Right.
what she's speaking on. Again, if anything we spoke on tonight, y'all, made you feel some kind of way, you're like, damn, you might want to reevaluate some shit, either in yourself or in your crew, because this is the reality of this shit, y'all. We're not just trying to scare nobody. We're not just talking out our fucking heads. This is shit I see on a daily basis. And she gave y'all, again, thousands of dollars of free information and a lot of heartache that you're going to save yourself from, because you might
And I'm gonna
be
tell you right now, let
playing
anybody,
into this shit and not even know it.
listen, let anybody come say what they want to say. I have unlimited leases on beats, man, that I give to people because I'm not going to use them. And I'm like, hey, man, this would probably be a dope song for you or whatever. I do mixes for free. I like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to support anybody that, you know what I'm saying, that is trying to make it. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not speaking from a place that I don't sit on straight up or stand on,
True
where
fact.
however you want to put it. You know what I mean? Like, if I can help you in any kind of way whatsoever, then that's what I'm going to do.
And that she's speaking facts again. Like, and everything she's saying, I can back up and say, because there's a very short list on people that send me music to get heard, and she don't have to, but she does, because that's a solid person. She is one of them. So that's why anytime she's like, hey, yo, I got this song I want somebody to hear, will you play it for me? I stop what I am doing because of what she does for me. She treats me with the same respect I give her. And that's what a lot of
But
people
you know
don't
what,
do.
man, this your hustle, man. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's a platform for artists, and you have respect for us, and you hear what we're trying to say. You see the vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, when other people don't see the vision, other people are going to see half of what you're doing, and then they're going to judge what you have going on outside of that. You
And
know what I
then
mean?
half the ones that are doing this are the people that we were just talking on, that just use people for their name. I don't need no, like, I can literally shut all this shit down and keep going with straight savvy with another way that I was doing and helping get doors open for y'all. This is I don't have to do this platform like I want to, because I don't really get paid for this shit. But what it does is it gets eyeballs on y'all's music. It gets eyeballs on what y'all are trying to get heard. Like what she just did with the groups, like with Sarah's global promotion, that's a whole global network of different artists that are starting out and are there, and they're going to see what she's saying and like, damn, I appreciate her doing this, because there's a lot of people out there that are actually at the level we're talking on that are afraid to get heard, because as soon as they get up here, there is somebody that swats them the fuck down. It's a real fact, yo, because there's people that believe that you have to pay your dues, which you do, but you don't need to keep paying your dues over and over and over. Eventually, you deserve that fucking spotlight that you're trying to fight for. You don't deserve to get
and I'm gonna
smothered.
say this too, man. Like, it's a family thing with a lot of people, and so I'm not gonna just side with nobody and roll out on nobody or none of that crazy stupid shit neither. Now, I see things go on, and I try to talk to everyone as a friend. You know what I'm saying? And in the hopes that we can all grow from wherever we're at. You know what I mean? The only person that is going to be able to change everything is you. You know what I'm saying? And or it's gonna have to be really dirty at the end of the day. I'm gonna have to be like, man, you listen, man, you did that dude dirty or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, essentially, I try to listen, to understand, and then I try to be that voice of reason, because sometimes, man, we all get really heated and we all get in different situations in our lives, and they come out differently. And you know what I mean? Like, we don't always, me personally, I don't always mean to be the person that I end up being sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't get involved in beef. I don't beef, and I don't get involved in beef. if we are all friends at the end of the day, man, and I try to be that friend and talk and understand. You know what I'm saying?
See, as you were saying, you haven't got any of the ad share revenue things from me. Facebook just notified me from the live I did 2 days ago, and Warcross is up there. The first one that says Jacob the Architect.
Nice.
But that's just like with that right there. Like, I can sit there and remove the video and nobody gets paid, but you know what? That's not only getting y'all exposure, that's also getting a little bit of money in our pocket too.
They ain't paying me shit, no way. But I don't care. My thing at the end of the day is for the music to be heard and for the music to touch lives. You know what I mean?
And that's why I do like I do, because that's the whole point of this. If you're just doing this just for the attention, cool. There's a lane for that. If you're really dedicated to this and you want to help change lives, there's more to this than you just being heard on a mic. Get at me about it. Like, you want to go actually change people that, you know, you grew up in the system. You want to work on those kids to let them know, hey, just because you're here doesn't mean nobody gives a shit about you when it gets down. Like, you can make a life out of this. You can be heard. You can help somebody, because some of these kids need good role models. They don't have them. I didn't have one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, man, this shit ain't cool no more. It's people dying. It's people being stripped out of being a human being. You know what I mean? Like, this is spiritual warfare, and your soul is the prize. And that's a very real thing. Very real. You know what I mean? Like, the devil's always coming to collect his due. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You got to be the one that decides whether he has anything to get from you or not. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But
what's up, Hades? I'm sorry. He must be on my other page, because I see him commenting on the live stream. I don't see him on the Jay Davenport page.
But to me, man, this shit ain't cool no more. It ain't.
It's not. It's not.
It's time for us to be grown. It's time for us to, you know what I'm saying, to have character and to, you know what I'm saying, to do better and be better. And that's where I stand with it.
And that's why, you know, that's why I fuck with you like that, because you speak, again, thousands of dollars of info that y'all would need to pay attention to.
Look, it cost me a lot of money to figure it out.
Next track I was gonna play is "Gotta Go Somehow."
Oh yeah, that's a smooth little track. We're remixing that track.
Ooh, who's we?
So
if you don't want to tell, that's fine.
No, it's a guy that I met somewhere, and I don't know how much notoriety he wants out of any of this, because he's a very behind the scenes guy. But
I like people like that.
So he approached me about working with me, and so we're gonna redo this song.
All right, here we go, y'all. So this is not out at all. This is
it's out. Yeah.
I know you ain't thinking about me, and I ain't supposed to be thinking about you. I know I ain't supposed to care, 'cause you don't care. But if it's true that you can die without the one you love by your side, then you can tell some folks I'll meet them when I get there. This old heart's been torn apart, but at least I'd make it to heaven if I died in your arms. If loving you is the death of me, then take me right now. Hell, we all gotta go somehow. I know I'm just wasting my breath to say your name. I know I'm just praying wasted prayers, 'cause you don't hear me pray. But if it's true that love comes back to you, then here's wishing on a star. And I'll just keep on wishing until that day. 'Cause this old heart's been torn apart, but at least I'd make it to heaven if I died in your arms. If loving you is the death of me, then take me right now. Hell, just need to let go. But when I took that fall, you got your hooks in deep, and now you're always gonna be the best part of me. My heart belongs to you. Every beat and every breath, everything I ever do. If loving you is the death of me, then you can take me right now. And we all gotta go somehow. Yeah, we all gotta go somehow.
It's a
And
pretty
what you
song.
just spoke on, what that song kind of fit everything we've been speaking on tonight, for real. Like that was damn. Now that I heard that, I kind of wish we would have played that at the end of the night, because literally we all got to go somehow. So how do you want to go? Like how do you want to spend it, y'all? Do you
That's a
want to be in a shit
that's
box,
one of
or
my
do you want to
pretty
be something
songs.
positive? That's a really that's another one that I'm loving your like I'm visualizing your songs as I hear them. And that's a good thing to do, because every song that everybody does, sometimes it's cool to do songs that people like. But
I mean,
what are
I'm
you
in
doing
my
to touch lives, though? Are you
right.
doing something for that person that might be going through any of the songs y'all heard that we played tonight? Somebody might have to go through that. Like I know I know a couple people personally that they thought it'd be better off to not be here than to keep feeling worthless, or to keep being that addict that nobody wants to help out. Like you said, there was people that kicked you out of the house because they said, if you want to die, die out there. I know people that was personally told that to. And thank God that, they got their life straightened out. But there was times that we didn't know if they would or not. But damn, you got to go somehow. That's a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song.
I really, out of all of my songs, melodically, I like that one some of the best, man.
Yes, I think so
That's
far
a
tonight.
very smooth song.
And it's again a message, like it's smooth, and it's just you're listening like, damn, what did it say? Like, all right, I
And
see it's
I have to go in and re-record it, man. And I'm really hoping that I don't lose the magic. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
there's
That's
always
why.
a sauce there that. But I did the mix and I did tuning on my vocals and everything, and so I don't know if he can use those vocals.
What's up, Nameless? I see there. Yeah, I can't see the comments unless I'm on the actual stream page. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore y'all. Let's see. Debating right now. Was it worth it? Ain't the one or Rain? That's a either way we'll go with this. We've been talking a lot, y'all. She still has some songs on here that we could play. So y'all definitely should appreciate everything that she said
Bro,
again.
I got tons of songs, and then I've got another song coming, man. That like, dude, I spammed it in Yellow Wolf's comments. So there was a post where he was sitting in his car and he was rapping, and so I have a verse that's about to just end all verses. Like I spelled half of it out, and like it's a little bit of insanity. People are like, I can't even keep up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I put a little video of me rapping it in his comments.
Did he see it? Did anybody
I
react to
don't
it?
know. I don't know. But
Well, he is one of the few that he doesn't have nobody run his page. He runs his own shit, and just not a lot of people know that.
yeah, I
But
don't know.
just news for y'all, because y'all will have to pay for this. A lot of the artists that y'all want to talk to when you begging to hope, they don't run their Facebook account. So the person that you're talking to is more than likely their handler.
Right.
If you're lucky. Sometimes it might be a fake person, because there's been a lot of fake pages pop up, yo, and they're funny as hell. All right, let's see. Trying to think. Let's play Was It Worth It? Because this is I like
You
this song.
like that song, yeah.
I do like this song. Because it's to your point, like, was it worth it? And this is some emotion in this.
That's very emotional, this song.
I shall fear. I shall fear.
Livid, fed up and tired of living. I don't wanna have to face the world another fucking minute. It's a bad life, kinda bad day. Let it go. I keep it cocked, bang loaded. Wanna up it and pull it and let it go. I can't find a reason to keep holding on. I'm battered and beaten, and I'm not that strong. Constantly thinking and overthinking, I'm sinking. How do I always just lose it within a moment of blinking without a second thought? Even though there's millions and millions, a bunch of what-if promises that ain't even appealing. And you said that it would be different, no matter what, you would always be mine. You said that you really love me, you told the most beautiful lies.
And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear anyone who says they love me.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? The truth of the matter is that I don't really matter, and if I ever did, it doesn't matter. All of me shattered. There ain't a thing to make me think I have a say in the matter, so it don't even matter. Thoughts scattered, can't even gather them. What's the point? I have a soul that's empty and a mind that's torn, a heart full of hatred, and I'm not that strong. Constantly toxic, could never fit in a box, trying to make believe that all of me is worth what I lost, paying the cost every single day, over and over, without a shoulder to cry on, doing all of it sober. And I said that I would be okay, no matter what, I would always be fine. I said that I really love me, you taught me the best way to lie. Was it worth it? 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 Was it worth it?
That mix didn't come out too bad either. Dude, listen, I have so each different part of that song, those vocals were treated a different way. I've experimented with new plugins and all kind of stuff, man. And so they're all treated a different way.
That was still that. Well, that's because I remember when you hit me with that the first time. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a very emotionally charged artist, extremely. You know what I mean?
And what we heard tonight, y'all heard every bit of that emotion. Like, she's one of the ones that she don't do this just to fucking get the views. Everything she's speaking on is, again, for that person that might have gone through that or is going through it and doesn't feel that way. Nobody feels alone, because you're not alone in anything. Y'all guarantee there's somebody that's been through or close to what you've been through. It's just people have been conditioned to think they can't express themselves openly. So you gotta be unapologetic. You gotta be unapologetically yourself. That's what the title of tonight is, yo. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
It's, you know what I mean? It's breaking that stigma, because when I say I have a song about sexual abuse, you know what I mean? It takes so much to get to that point to say, yes, you know what I mean? I'm not a victim of sexual abuse. I am a survivor. And I've been, you know what I mean? I've been through these things. And to the women out there that think that they have to be ashamed of it, that they think that, you know what I mean, that it's taken something from them or whatever, that doesn't have to be the case. Because yes, I struggle with addiction and I struggle with mental illness and all these different things, but I'm also very much a survivor of some lengthy sexual abuse. You know what I mean? And so to be that voice and to stand up and say that it happens and this is what it does, and we need to be more aware of it, and not just be more aware of it, we need to take more action. You know what I mean? As far as where it's concerned, because everybody got the nasty uncle or the, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, man, that shit's not okay anymore. It ain't just doing dope ain't cool no more.
It's not. Next up, it got Ain't the One, and then I think the last one I have is Rain, and then we played through everything that I have.
Ain't the One's got somebody else on it though that that I haven't spoken to actually since we did the song. So I mean, you can just play Rain and get us out of there. That's that country car joint, man, and he smashed on that.
I bet. I'll go ahead and take it down then. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, ain't the one. I was like,
I
let
mean,
me
it's
go tag
fire.
team.
It's a fire low, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even spoken to that guy since we made that song. I, s- I s- oh, I only sent it in that one time because that other dude has had a song to the same beat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that. And
Yeah,
yeah, because they
and
were sitting there, they're
we
like,
had two totally different songs made to that beat. That's a free for profit that I found on BeatStars one time.
all right. Well, y'all, this is the last track of the night for Jaco, y'all. Appreciate her jumping on here with us, like giving y'all all the information that y'all really need to value for real. But this is Rain with her and Country Carter, y'all.
Man, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it finally happening. Like I
Oh
had
yeah,
GW Ice and Mark on here, and I had you. Like little do people know, like there's very small. Like I've been linked in with these people for a while, and they solid. They ain't changed up at all. They treat me the same way they have from the fucking jump, y'all. So therefore, it's not the you don't have to change to be in a certain situation. Don't change. Don't jeopardize yourself because the real ones will always rock with you no matter what.
yeah.
So.
I'm falling all apart, you can't put me back together. Nobody even cares, work hard or wait out the weather. Gotta shut it all down, get out your feelings and do better. They won't ever understand me, no, I gotta stand 10 toes, it's all easy. Just as long as nobody thinks that they see me. I keep pushing toward the life I want, but it's really just a waste of time. So I stay on my grind and say what's on my mind, and it's ugly. This whole life's toe up, it can't touch me. I done been gave up, they don't love me, but I don't give no fucks if it's fuck me. Keep that energy, you're just lucky that I'm laid back now, but I'll raise up. Ain't no bitch in my blood, and I don't back down. Just got tired of hearing them yell trays. You can keep that bullshit and I'll just spend my days in the rain. And let it rain on me, let it rain on me, out in the rain. Let it rain on me, let it rain on me, I'll just spend my days in the rain.
I burn roll and it burns slow like molasses. On the beach you can't see me like no glasses. Nightmares of them loved ones and them cold caskets run up on me and mine's man, and I'm so blasted. And I don't really fit in anywhere I go. You ain't gotta have my back, bitch, I go get it on my own, no. You see the pain in my eyes, I'm okay with the rain. You can have them clear skies. I got the flow, keep you stank face like foul odor. I give you birth to the game like I'm the flower lotus. Saving face for the grace, hoping that God notice. Cause I could use a little rain, man, only God knows. I got the flow, keep you stank face like foul odor. Rebirth in the game like I'm the flower lotus. Saving face for the grace, hoping that God notice. Cause I could use a little break, man, only God knows. Let it rain on me, let it rain on me, out in the rain. Let it rain on me, let it rain on me. I just spend my days in the rain.
That's a dope ass track. Like I love that track.
Yeah, and that's the two unique sounds right there too.
Yeah. It's like it's funny because when I'm doing these mixes for like the Throne and Rain, like man, I get the bass to the point where I have to like I'll go play it on my sound bar and you can't even hear the vocals for the bass. So I'll have to go down. I'll have to go back to it and start bringing the bass down, and you know what I mean? Because like some of those tracks just have great bass.
I mean, great bass is not a problem.
No, it ain't.
It ain't. It's a good problem to have. But Jaco, I appreciate you rocking in with me. I appreciate you being solid, and I appreciate you giving everybody the info that you gave them because you didn't have to do that. We could have came on here. We just could have talked about you, could have talked about your music, and let it be.
Yeah,
You
but listen,
gave
man, let me tell you
everybody
something.
free sauce. So
I
appreciate you.
told my brother the other day because I don't really speak to him, but some shit popped off and I had to like unblock him and break the silence. And I told him, I said, man, we all gonna die. I said, like, all this shit that you worried about, man, is not, you know what I'm saying? It's
Not
trivial.
real.
It's trivial and it's petty. Like at the end of the day, bro, ain't none of us promised tomorrow, man. You
Nope.
know what I mean? And so
Nope.
like to me, it really just ain't about me like that, man. I'm this temporary experience, man. I'm this, you know what I'm saying? This vessel to something else, to somewhere else. You know what I mean? And so and that's just how I feel, man. I'm not really worried about me. I'm worried about the lives that the music touches. I'm worried about, you know what I'm saying, the lives that we can elevate, the information that we can provide that will, you know what I'm saying, that'll help someone moving forward. I don't know what the shit that happened to my camera. It's a good thing it happened at the end of the night.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said I was like, that looks weird.
Fucking
But
cheap ass streaming camera. Whatever. I ain't mad. Somebody gave it to me.
that's why that's like yeah. But as always, y'all, I'll see y'all everybody Monday night. Follow Jaco the Architect on all platforms, y'all. Hit her up on all her streams on every platform. Solid individual right here, y'all. And always remember, if nobody believes in you, I sure as fuck do. And if you're gonna do anything, do it straight savvy, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful
And
weekend.
if nobody
Go ahead.
believes in you, man, fuck them.
Fuck them, for real.
It's
Fuck what
your
people think.
job.
You'll
It's
see
your
what they
job
have
to
test.
look. It's your job to
Fuck what
believe
people
in
think.
yourself. It's your job to believe in yourself, baby. Remember that.
And if you can't even believe in yourself, don't expect nobody else fucking to.
Okay.
But y'all have a wonderful night.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Y'all
you,
have
Jaco.
an amazing night. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.